Taehyung and Jungkook attended an interview together on Apple Music, where they shared their experiences and love story during their time in America. There were also some funny moments throughout the interview, such as when they joked about stopping by their luxury home in Los Angeles without informing the other BTS members. However, this statement was still considered a joke, as we all know they are a true pair. Watch the continuation of this video and don't miss it. Before we start, make sure you're ready to love this moments. Welcome to V Effect. The emotional reunion between Kim Taehyung and Jeon Jungkook in the latest Apple Music special became a highly anticipated moment for millions of fans around the world. In this in-depth interview session, the two shared honest reflections on their long journey, not only as members of the same group, but also as two souls who have grown together since their teenage years. The atmosphere felt incredibly warm, showcasing a bond that has remained strong even after they each completed new chapters in their individual lives. Taehyung revealed how the time they spent apart over the past few years actually strengthened his understanding of Jungkook's presence in his life. To him, Jungkook is not just the youngest member of BTS, but a pillar of strength who consistently brings positive energy into every creative step he takes. He spoke about how much he missed their late-night conversations, where they would share dreams and worries without fear of being judged. On the other hand, Jungkook humbly admitted that Taehyung has had a significant influence on shaping him into the more confident person he is today. He recalled the early days of their debut when he was still very shy, and how Taehyung was always the first to pull him out of his comfort zone. In this interview, Jungkook emphasized that their bond has grown beyond ordinary friendship, becoming a relationship built on absolute trust and unconditional support. The affection and care they displayed through their interaction were evident in their synchronized body language and the way they completed each other's sentences. There was a look of deep understanding in their eyes as they discussed the challenges they faced during the group's hiatus. They agreed that those obstacles ultimately became a catalyst that helped their relationship mature and grow stronger against the immense pressures of the entertainment industry. One of the most touching moments came when they discussed the process of creating their latest album, Arirang. Taehyung shared how Jungkook often became the first listener to his solo demos, offering honest yet constructive feedback. This emotional collaboration reflects how deeply they respect each other's artistic vision, creating harmony not only in music, but also in everyday life. Jungkook also reflected on the loneliness he sometimes felt when standing alone on stage without the presence of his 6 brothers, especially Taehyung. He mentioned a sense of emptiness that could only be filled by Taehyung's physical presence and his distinctive laughter backstage. This confession illustrates the depth of their emotional connection, where they naturally complement each other's shortcomings. The interview also highlighted how they both view their future together in 2026. With BTS fully reunited, they described it as returning home, to the place where they feel most comfortable. Taehyung said that every time he sees Jungkook practicing, he feels inspired to give his best, as if they are still engaging in the same healthy competition they had during their trainee days in Seoul years ago. Beyond their careers, they also shared small personal stories about trips they took together to unwind. Simple moments like sharing meals or driving without a destination became ways for them to stay grounded amidst overwhelming global fame. These stories reveal their human side, the desire to maintain privacy and preserve the purity of their relationship despite constant media attention. The honesty in every answer made their story of love and friendship feel deeply authentic to anyone watching. Nothing felt staged. It was simply two grown men appreciating the history they have built together. They affirmed that no matter what happens in the future, their place in each other's hearts will remain a top priority, unshaken by time or distance. In conclusion, this special broadcast leaves a profound impression of the power of human connection. Taehyung and Jungkook prove that behind their status as global icons, they are still two young men who find comfort in each other. Their story is a reminder that love, in its purest form as support and enduring friendship, is the fuel that allows them to continue shining and inspiring the world. A deeper analysis of their interactions in the special reveals layers of emotion that feel incredibly transparent, where even the smallest gestures seem to speak louder than words. One of the most striking moments was when Taehyung naturally rested his head on Jungkook's shoulder, while reminiscing about difficult times earlier in the year. This physical closeness went beyond simple comfort, It reflected a mature chemistry where personal boundaries between them seemed to soften. The emotional tension became even more palpable when Jungkook gave an intense, admiring gaze as Taehyung spoke about his vision of happiness. This look was often followed by gentle touches on the arm or the back of the hand, a form of nonverbal communication that conveyed protective support. In their world, these small gestures act as anchors, keeping them connected amidst the formal setting of the interview, creating an intimate space that belongs only to them. The most poetic moment came when they shared a warm embrace during a break in filming that was captured on camera. The hug felt sincere and tight, as if they were channeling strength into one another after sharing emotionally heavy stories. The affection radiating from the way Jungkook held Taehyung's shoulders reflected a deep sense of belonging and security they find in each other's arms. This closeness reached an even more emotional level when they expressed appreciation through more intimate physical gestures, such as light kisses on the temple or forehead as a sign of deep respect. Though done gently and with care, these actions revealed a romantic side of their relationship that is rarely shown so openly. It demonstrated that their affection has reached a point where they are no longer hesitant to show how much they value each other's presence physically. Their willingness to openly display affection in front of the Apple Music cameras added a new dimension to the narrative of their relationship. Each embrace was not merely a formality between colleagues, but an escape from the pressures of the outside world. It was as if they wanted to affirm that behind the scenes, there exists a small, gentle world where they are free to express love without being burdened by public expectations. Additionally, the way they teased each other with inside jokes, understood only by the two of them, often ended in genuine laughter and spontaneous physical closeness. Jungkook was frequently seen pulling Taehyung closer whenever he laughed, showing an instinct to remain within intimate proximity. This kind of chemistry is nearly impossible to fabricate, as it stems from years of consistent closeness. The interview also captured quiet moments where they simply looked at each other and smiled without saying a word. The silence felt meaningful, as though an unspoken communication was taking place between them. In these calm moments, the depth of their feelings became most visible, showing that their love is not just about words, but about presence and mutual completeness. Reflecting on these specific moments makes it clear that their relationship is a journey built on dedication. The warmth of their embraces and the softness of their interactions symbolize a commitment to care for one another. It proves that despite being global stars, at their core they are two people who love each other and find home in each other's embrace, creating a deeply inspiring story. The visualization of each interaction seems to answer the long-held longing of their devoted supporters. The authenticity of their emotions allows anyone watching to feel the sincerity of their bond. There is no longer any doubt that what they share is something special, a form of love that goes beyond friendship, continuing to grow stronger over time in 2026. As a final note, it is clear that every second of the Apple Music interview was dedicated to showing the strength of their relationship's foundation. Through tight embraces and genuine affection, Taehyung and Jungkook have written a beautiful new chapter in their journey. They are not only sharing music with the world, but also offering a glimpse into the magic of the love they share, making it a historic moment that will be remembered. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.